Hi y'all, welcome out to the range with me today. It's been wet and dreary over here this morning, raining quite a bit, but I thought I'd run over and do a little bit of practicing with my carry gun. And while I was at it, I brought this bolt action 12 gauge shotgun. It's a JC Higgins. It's pretty nice shape. This is an old shotgun. It belonged to my grandfather. He passed away in 1980, and when he passed away, my mom, it was her dad, so she ended up with a shotgun. And a few years ago, she turned it over to me. So this shotgun's been in the family a long time. And it hadn't been shot in probably 40 plus years. In fact, unless I'm wrong, I was the last one to shoot it, and I was probably around 13, 14 years old. I'm 54 now. But guys, when I got this thing out, I said, well, I'll look up a little history on it, because we've had it in the family for a long time. And this is the JC Higgins Model 5837, this particular one. And these shotguns were sold by Sears and Roebuck and Company. Maybe a lot of you don't know what Sears and Roebuck and Company is, but some of us older ones do. I remember back in the day, around Christmas time, they would send out a wish book. And man, we'd go through that thing and just wish we could have this and that. They sold toys, they sold everything. But the JC Higgins brand was a sporting goods brand used by Sears and Roebuck from 1908 to 1964. I was born in 1967, but it was these was made up till 1964. The JC Higgins brand featured baseball equipment, golf equipment, bicycles, firearms, including a wide variety of rifles, shotguns, and handguns. And guys, back in the day when, in those days, Montgomery Ward, there were several of them done it. Sears, you could get a catalog at your house, and you could pick out a shotgun, you could pick out a rifle, you could pick out a pistol, and place an order for it, and they'd send it right to your house in the mail. And it ain't like it is today. And there wasn't all this stuff going on back in them days, because people had some morals and some sense about them. But these products were sourced, these guns were sourced by major firearm manufacturers. They sourced their firearm manufacturers from such as Marlin and High Standard. So major gun manufacturers back in the day made these, and it was Marlin and High Standard. And if I'm not mistaken, this particular one was made by High Standard. And guys, for it to be the age that it is, it's a pretty nice shotgun. I mean, I've got it out and cleaned it, and like I said, it's not been shot in 40 years. Sears and Roebuck Company, when they made these back in the day, they intended that they'd be sold and be affordable. After 1964, Sears replaced the JC Higgins lineup products with a Ted Williams branding. So they did change from the JC Higgins branding of sporting goods to the Ted Williams, and a lot of you older guys may remember that. Some of you younger ones may not. But as I got this thing out, I got to thinking, I looked the history up on it. I didn't know all the history on it. I just knew it'd been in the family for years, and I knew my papa owned it. And it's not a real high dollar gun, a collector's item. It's not real high dollar, but it means a lot to me that it belonged to my grandfather. And many of the sporting items continued to be sold under this branding for quite a while, but Sears stopped selling firearms under the Ted Williams name altogether in 1968. Here's when we started going downhill. It's in 1968, following the Gun Control Act of 1968. I was born in 67, so the communists had stepped in and started doing this stuff right after I was born. And guys, that's what we wanted to do today, just having fun. Having fun, get out on the range and having fun and enjoying God's creation. And you know what was interesting about it, I didn't know the JC Higgins. I've heard it, you know, and knew that Sears and Roebuck sold it. But as it turns out, JC Higgins was actually a real person. At Sears in 1898, after immigrating from a home country of Ireland. So this guy, the JC Higgins dude, came from Ireland. And he would eventually become the vice president of Sears. So of the company and retired. He retired in 1950 as a head bookkeeper. John Higgins did not actually have a middle name. That's what I discovered about him. The J.C. Higgins, the C wasn't actually part of his name. He was the head bookkeeper when he retired. So John Higgins did not actually have a middle name, but Sears believed the branding would look more presentable adding the C to the initial. And guys, I reckon back in the day, these J.C. Higgins were pretty popular guns and pretty good guns. Now, like I said, this has not been shot in 40 plus years, but I have took it down and looked at it and checked it out good to make sure that it would maybe fire. But we're going to find out today. And what I have got, I've just got some old low brass Winchester 7.5 shot. I'm gonna put a few rounds in that, and I've got a few little targets there set up. And so that being said, guys, let me get set up and I'll be right back with you, and we'll fire some shots through the J.C. Higgins. And listen, if any of you out there knows anything about the old J.C. Higgins bolt action shotguns, drop me a comment and tell me what you know about them, your experience with them, and let me know what you think about them. And guys, if you like this kind of content and want to support a channel like this, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment. And guys, that being said, let me get set up right here right quick, and I'll be right back, and we'll shoot this thing some, if it'll shoot, and hopefully it stays together. But I'll be right back. Low brass coming up. Okay, guys, you ain't gonna believe it, but I got down here and opened my video up and didn't have no ear protection. I had to go back to the cabin and get it. But what we're going to do, I've got 3 rounds of 7.5 low brass shot, and you got to open your bolt up. Like I said, guys, now I put ammunition in here, shot shells in here, and ran them through the gun dry. I ain't shot it. But today we're going to find out if this thing will fire. And what I'm going to do, I just got a few jugs of water there. I got an old watermelon sitting there, and I got a bottle of pop. What I'm going to do is start on the left over on the old dryer and wish me luck. Like I said, this thing ain't been shot in 40 years. I hope it stays together, and I've looked at it close to see, but we'll get the safety off of it, and we'll see if it'll fire right here, guys. Wish me luck. First shot. Well, guys, the firing pin is not hitting a primer good enough to ignite the bullet, the shot shell. So that being said, I've come over here to shoot my carry gun, and what we got here, we got the XD45 ACP subcompact. I've got a friend that does gunsmithing work, and I'll take the shotgun to him. That never been shot in 40 years, so I didn't know where it would go off or not. I was hoping it would. But that being said, let's see what this 45 ACP subcompact. Let's do a fire. Let's shoot a few rounds of that and see. Oh yeah, that does it, don't it? That does it. Let's see what about that old. Don't you look at her now. Right here's an old jug. That old milk right there, it was some old milk that I stopped at the store and picked it up, and it was out of date right there, guys. So I said, I'll just bring it on the range and shoot it. We'll see how that works. There we go. Now, for the grand finale, let's shoot at the old watermelon right there. Yep, we hit it. Alrighty, guys. I was hoping we could get the old J.C. Higgins to fire, but it wouldn't. But this, I've had it on previous videos. Actually, it's the one I made the first video that I ever made on. This does, and I've been carrying this gun ever since I made that video, but this gun does have a grip safety on it. It's got good texturing on the front and the back. I do have the extended mag in this one. I do have a shorter mag with it, but this is the extended mag. It shows it's got a chamber load indicator right there. The gun is empty. The gun is empty, but if you pull that right there, it goes back in, and if you reset it, then it shows that you do have a round in the chamber. Also, I don't know if we can get on them sights or not. It does have pretty good sights, so you can get a pretty good sight picture right there, guys. And I've been carrying this, like I said, it has ambidextrous mag release on both sides, on that side and this side. Does have a pretty good trigger on it. It's got fairly decent serrations on the top right here. It does have this, I told you wrong, this is a cock indicator here in the back. And a load indicator would be right here on top. So that little piece right there, if there's a round in the chamber, this will be sticking up just a fuzz. And like I said, I've been carrying this thing ever since I made the first video, and it's a pretty nice gun. And this is the main reason I come over today, was to practice some. If we're going to carry firearms, guys, we need to practice with them. And so there we have it. And I'll take my shotgun to my gunsmith, my friend, and see if he can get it functioning. And guys, if he does, we'll make another video, bring it back out, and I'll show you what happens to it. But anyway, y'all leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the J.C. Higgins or the Springfield 45 ACP subcompact. It's a Mod 2 right there. Mod 2. So, just out here having fun today, guys. If you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everyone that has. And may God bless you until the next time.